Whatever. So yeah, there was supposed to be a limit of 48 minutes, but now I got an infinite limit. Totally infinite, but not. Anywho, boo-boo. Yeah. Anyway. And I sipped the soda, and everything was fine. Yeah. And, fuck. All right. Oh, okay. I do have something I want to talk about. A guy, the enemy within, he had there's a video from today I was talking about. The title was, Trump needs to be impeached and removed. And I wanted to hear what he thought about what the process was and everything. He didn't have an idea. He didn't have a plan for the process and everything. But I do. Or I did come up with a brief one. So let's see if I can remember it, and let's see if I can expound on it. And let me see if I think it's any good too. All right. I was thinking you could remove Trump. The best way would probably be, because with a guy like Trump, the only way he's going to tolerate it is a forcible removal with military, and you're going to have to remove him and his entire administration. And that means everyone he's put into place. Everyone he's installed everywhere. Everywhere. So everyone he has appointed everywhere. You're going to have to remove them all and use the military, which means, like everyone. So, use the military. Use the military to actually do it, and, whatever. Because now he's defied a Supreme Court decision, a 9-0 Supreme Court decision. And I don't give a shit if, it's going to be like, well, the guy is lying to me about it or anything. How do you how do you use the excuse that the guy under you is lying to you about the decision in this day and age, when all you have to do is turn on any news, just be like, oh, really? So this says it's 9-0 against me, but you're telling me it was 9-0 for me. What is it? Never mind. I'm going to walk over there and ask them myself. I'm not going to fucking leave it to you anymore. I'm going to fucking ask fucking them directly. Oh, but maybe Trump isn't, that kind of guy. The guy that actually will get up and fucking do something. And if he's not that kind of guy that will actually do that, again, there's another piece of evidence that says, all right, fucking Admiral 5th grade, or I don't know, whoever super army guy, level 5. I don't know the fucking ranks, but they know the fucking ranks, being in the Army, Navy, and Air Force. Get all of them just be around the table and be like, is it time? Yes, to invoke Article 6, subsection 4, classification A-B. Yeah, it's time. This guy's fucking out of control. All right, all three of us? Three of us? Yeah, get the guy from the Pentagon. We're going. And just fucking grab him and everyone and just be like, you're coming with us. With, like 30 of their officers, and just take them and fucking bring them to, a military prison and just throw them in the prison and then go to the Senate and grab, whatever, 30 members, divided up between Democrats, Republicans, and any number of independents that they can find. And they'd be like, we're creating an interim government to run as an interim executive branch until we can hold a special election to determine a president for a special term of 1 year. And this is a special term, so this will not count against the 2-term limitation. It's a special election, so it's going to be a short term. It's going to be a short election cycle. And there you go. That, in a nutshell, as a quick rundown of what I suggest happens. But the most important thing is use the military branches to get the guy and his fucked up administration out of there and install a temporary leadership from the Senate and the House. And basically administrators from essentially the Biden administration, because they were the last ones. They were the ones that were kicked out, and they were doing a job. Why not? They were keeping the cogs moving, so who gives a shit? Just people that will just keep things moving along until we get a new crew in there that was elected. That's all that matters. Until we have another legal constitutional election cycle. That is, again, a special election. And I say all this because anyone that hears this, which maybe no one, actually probably will, this shit that's happening right now, this is like Nazi Germany. It's never happened before. We have no contingency plan for this. There is nothing in the Constitution, in the Bill of Rights, in any document anywhere for something like this to happen. No one has ever considered this. This was not planned for at all, which is fucked up. It's fucked up that there hasn't been in case of dictator, follow this, break glass, break glass and kill motherfucker. Honestly, I don't really understand why. I don't even understand why the military is tolerating this right now. There should be a procedure in the military code of conduct that says they are fucking, one branch of the government is fucking up more than, I mean, they are purposely and undeniably overextending their express constitutional and legal authority by a lot, by a disturbing amount. And as soon as he tries to order the military to do something really fucked up, I hope they understand they do have the ability to defy certain orders. I mean, they don't have to just follow every order. They can be like, yeah, we're not doing that. Like, bomb this city. It's full of traitors. And like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. I'm not following an order to bomb Atlanta because you say it's a city of traitors. And because you simply asked us to do that, we're arresting you and putting you in a military detention facility. Now, and your entire staff and everyone that has given you any support, you just fucking crossed the fucking line. And you proved it, and that's it. You're fucking done. It's like we were waiting for this shit. You did it, and now it's fucking done. You just gave us the authority to fucking shut your ass down. Like as soon as he does some fucked up shit, like he already in my mind did that fucked up shit and was like using ice to do it. But that's a civilian branch. It's not the express military to do it. You know, military is like outside of, it's not in U.S. territory. You know, so he still has like some people advising him of the correct like procedures for shit, but honestly, yeah, I don't know. That ice shit, that's fucked up. If I was a community of a lot of Latino community, I would start buying lots of guns. Lots of guns. Every Latino community of like totally, you know, natural and born here, start buying lots of guns and giving them to every person. And be like, as soon as you see immigration, just shoot first. Aim for anything and fucking shoot first, because they are coming for you and they are not asking questions. So shoot them. And it's just like, yeah. Like I said, pretty much everybody in America. Gun sales are about to start peaking. You know, like, if they haven't already. I don't know. Someone should look into that and be like, have gun sales in liberal cities started to take a dramatic rise. It used to be conservative areas where gun sales were extremely large, or where gun sales primarily took place. Now, in blue cities all over America, firearms dealers can no longer keep home defense weapons and supports items in stock. Supplies are running out as fast as they are shipped in. It's like, yeah, of course they are. As soon as that one dude was just sent to El Salvador without due process, every fucking Mexican in America was like, well, I only got that one handgun, but I guess I'm gonna need 4 automatic rifles and like 12 grenades. And I'm gonna need some of that shit that I can make plastic with. Tie it to a tripwire. All right, you're all ready to go, I say. Here we are. Second they come for us. They aren't going anywhere else, motherfucker. Tell him that. Well, they are going somewhere, but it's a one-way trip, right, man? That's right. That's right. Good shit. Oh, man. Fucking 17 fucking minutes. The string is twanging. It's oscillating between back, forth, and circle. And it's probably more like an ellipse than a circle. But, that's kind of the fanish motion of shit. And I ate all of that stuff that I made with what I call a horse stick. Eckeridge sausages. These were the beef ones that I grab out of the thing, and I slice them into little things, and I cut them in half because, I like to lie to myself and be like, I'm gonna stretch it out. Sometimes I do, but when you're eating ramen and potatoes alone all month, when you get something else, I guess you just eat it all in one day. You're just like, fuck, that's good. And you just eat it and eat it and eat it. It was a nice change of pace because, I did like I usually do. Cayenne pepper, dim curry powder, and, just kind of boil, simmer it away until those two are really nice and kind of on top and in there. Ooh, man, you eat it with just basically plain rice with salt and butter, margarine, but butter. Ooh, man, that's good. It's got a nice little spice. It's hot, but it's got a little flavor to it. And when I was done with that, I was like, it's missing something. I can't remember what. And I look in my fridge. I'm like, I'm missing some from here. And I was just like, what is that? What is that? I feel like something is missing. And I'm like, that's what it is. Franks. I'm missing my Franks and my sweet baby Rays. Shit. All this time. Where was my Frank's hot? My Frank's hot sauce and my sweet baby sweet baby Rays. God damn. That's what I've been doing. I had my ranch dressing, I had mayo, Frank's, and sweet baby Rays. Shit. I put that shit on everything. Now I always see black folk before I had hot sauce, before I ever like did hot sauce, and be like, I always seen hot sauce like in hot sauce in like movies and stuff. And they put on shit, and especially with black folk, putting hot sauce on stuff. They sure want hot sauce and stuff. And then I like tried some hot sauce. And I was finally like, all right, fine, I'll buy some hot sauce. I'll buy some Frank's. I'll try it on stuff. And I was like, oh, this stuff is pretty spicy. It's pretty hot. And I'm like, I can actually taste, like there's a taste in here. There's flavor. It's not just hot. Like there's a flavor. Damn, this stuff is actually pretty good. Like, it's good. And I saw the commercial. I put that shit on everything. They bleep out the shit, but like, I put that shit on everything. I'm like very short after trying it like once and then twice. And then I was like, I do put that shit on. I was like, fuck. It's like I started just like, I get like frozen tortillas and not frozen tortillas, like burritos, frozen burritos, frozen chimichangas, and like frozen this, frozen that. And I'm like, hot sauce, hot sauce, hot sauce, hot sauce. I'm like, man, I put that shit on. Yeah. Put it on. And like, and sometimes in Arkansas, I just have like extra mashed potatoes from just making mashed potatoes with something else. And I just have mashed potatoes and be like, dude, it's just a great thing to have when you just have like I just have extra white rice, and I just be like, sometimes I do that with the sweet baby Rays too. I just be like, because I have both of them, and I just be like, well, all right, let's see what works better. And I try both of them, and I'd be like, usually it's like 9 times out of 10, the fucking hot sauce works better. Of course, there was a point in my life when I was drinking out of control every day. And little sidebar. 175, the 1.75s, I was drinking 2 of those every 3 days. 3 days, not 4 days, but 2 of those every 3 days of either vodka or whipped cream vodka, Burnett's. Because at one place it was just regular vodka, and then like, dude, after a while, like, man, drinking that much, smoking it all the time, cigs, like, because my throat is not the best. I don't get hangovers, like head hangovers. I get throat hangovers. My throat I wake up and my throat is destroyed. And so regular vodka, it was bad. But the whipped cream stuff, because it was less potent and it had the flavoring, um, yeah, it would do less damage. It wouldn't get me as drunk, obviously, but whatever. So that's what I would do. That's what I was doing. So, anyways, back because I was drinking so much, eating stuff with eating stuff with hot sauce at certain points in the drinking cycle when my throat was messed up was more difficult than at other times. Now, of course, eventually that kind of drinking caught up to me, and I was just like, at some point, I, eventually I was just like, well, this has gone too far. I stopped it. I stopped it because my body was like, yeah, you can't do this now. Either you stop doing this or I'm going to make you stop doing this. That's the choice I'm giving you. So I stopped doing it because my body was like, if I make you stop doing it, there's going to be repercussions that you ain't going to fucking like. And I was already not liking what situation I was going through. So I was like, all right, I get the message. And I've only drank once. Well, only drank, but I've drank a couple times since then. They were only like celebratory, like once with a couple times with at my sister's house, and then New Year's here. And that's it. Because I was like, I can't do that whole thing again. I can't do that. And drinking is not the thing that gets me. Cigarettes get me a lot worse than drinking. I can still quit cigs pretty easy if the situation calls for it. Like I don't get like Nick fits or anything like that. I just get like, man, I just like smoking. Plain and simple. And my body doesn't really have any problem with it at this point in my life. 42. So, I mean, if I smoked for another 20 years, my body would be like, guess what caught up with you, son bitch? Now it's too late. We can't go back from this point. Like mentally, I'm aware of that, but like I'm pretty sure there's already enough damage here that the accrued damage in the torso-ish area, there's enough that there has been diminished capacity. But it's probably not bad enough that it's going to like knock, I don't know, maybe it will knock a quarter century off my good years or something. We'll just have to find out. $5 years, I could see that. 10 years, I could see that too. 25? I would say other things would probably do 25 before the smoking. Like me bashing the shit out of my head so many times from having so many seizures. Like I would think that would do 25 years of damage before smoking. You know, people might be like, well, both of them together. No. Different systems. Different systems, motherfucker. The damage to one system, this doesn't really get affected by smoking. I mean, it sort of does, but not in the mechanism of, Dr. Mike, mechanism of damage, electrical and kinetic impact, smoking doesn't damage stuff that way. It's chemical and something else. Just chemical? I don't know. Chemical and combustive. And suffocative. I really don't know. Yeah. So, anywho, that's what that is. Let me get you a good look at the entire thing. That was head skull surgery. 32 minutes for I don't know what you call it. Intracranial surgery for release of intracranial abrasive pressure. Let a freaking doctor give the complete and technical definition, but basically I had either blood or some fluid in there, and they had to crack the skull in order to let it out. That's the explanation I was given. So when I woke up, whenever that was, and I was like, I wouldn't say I couldn't walk, but it was when you have shit. It's like, how to put it? When your brain gets opened up and they fuck around in there and then they close it up and it's just like, and they're just like, give it a few days, your shit should come back into working fine. It's like, okay. And it's like, it came back to working, like I could feel them and like they moved and everything. And it took like, I don't know, a week for me to be able to like walk to an okay-ish straight place and stuff. And like 2 weeks for me to get back to like 95 or 98% in that range. And then like by a month I was like fine with walking and stuff. It's like, ugh, man. It's like, I think because of the accident and what they had to do, it's like, the nerves and stuff needed to like rewire. Find me a new path, or some of them need to find a new path. Not like everything, but it's like enough of them needed to be like, all right, boys, we gotta dig a new trench to this motherfucker. Enough of them needed to do it in order to be like, because it was just like hard to get back to that. So, you know. Anyways, that's that, and we got another 35 minute. There's a lot of me talking around today. Good documents. Good documentarians of my boring existence. This one is not funny or political. It's just me yapping. So, yeah. This is just truly a documentary. I'll put that in the title. This is for me. Alzheimer's me, future me, virtual avatar me. This is definitely do not. If there's somehow as people, watching videos for entertainment, this is not going to be entertaining at all. So, anyways, done. Boobs.